Welcome back to another video, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about setting up a Whatnot show and scheduling listings, as well as some other things that are important to notate when you're about to go live, such as setting up your shipping profile, setting up your show notes and letting people know what to expect when they pop in, creating giveaways, and even international shipping. We are going to be discussing mostly the tactics that are used on a mobile phone. I really recommend getting comfortable with the mobile settings because that means that you can do anything you need to do for your Whatnot stream on the go without having a laptop on you. So getting comfortable with how to create a listing or modify a show or add a thumbnail or a preview video on the mobile device is going to be really beneficial for any time that you're on the go and need to make changes to your show. So if you're just getting started, this is going to be a great beginner's guide on how to set up your first Whatnot show. So let's go ahead and get into it and go ahead and start by scheduling a show, which is going to be the first step you need to do when getting started on Whatnot. So we are going to open up the Whatnot app, and down at the bottom you're going to see this little icon here that says sell, and in the middle there, if you click that sell button, it's going to pop up create a product or schedule a show. So what we want to do is click schedule a show, and this is the way that the mobile app looks when I am on an Android. All right, so first up we have the show title. So you're going to be able to name the show obviously whatever you want. We're going to name our show Tons of New Inventory, or maybe even something like bundles, or something else I really enjoy is most under $4. We'll go with that. And then up next we have the date and the time, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can click on the date and obviously modify it and schedule it way far out if you like, but we are going to just schedule it for today so it's easy for us to find. And then time-wise, it is going to be set in whatever your time zone is. So, okay. And then the next spot is for moderators. They can basically monitor the chat, drop comments, help the people inside of the show understand what's going on. And you can do that by clicking the name there and typing in any username and adding a mod. I don't typically add mods to my show unless they are certain specialty shows, and make sure that if you're modding somebody, it's somebody that you trust. So next up, we finally on Android have the repeats option. So if you click on this little repeats option here, it gives you the choice of repeating your listing of your show. So let's just say I do this show that I'm scheduling once a week. I could go to weekly and I can pick how many times I'd like for it to repeat. So let's say every week. I could do every 2 weeks. You could even do, once a month. But let's just say we did it every week and we wanted to have it end after 5 shows. I was going to schedule this show 5 times every single week at this date and time. So that is what the repeat option is. Let's just go ahead and continue on. So the next section is going to be your media section, which is your thumbnail and preview video. Now, I know this can seem a little daunting to add content and media to your show right away, but I think it's an extremely important part of setting up your show. So what you would want to do is pick a thumbnail and pick a video that really signify what you're showing in your show. So whether you have a giant setup like I do or a smaller setup on a tabletop, take a picture of something, whether it's the shelves or the stack of new books you're going to be showing, and put that as your thumbnail photo, and then go in and take a small short preview video, maybe roughly anywhere from, it can be 5 seconds long, it could be a minute long, and just explain to people kind of what to expect. So here's an example of what I do when I do my previews, so you can kind of see what it looks like on the back end. Let's take this stack of books as an example for our video thumbnail that we want to use. So what I would do is just stack everything up, and I can just come in and take a picture of it. And then what I want to do next is go ahead and take a video. Let's go in and we'll say, hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a preview of what I'm showing tonight. I have some really amazing books, some great thriller, a book of the month, and some awesome kids graphic novels. So definitely come in, grab a great deal. I'm doing all of these books at under $5 starts. So lots and lots of great deals. Come check it out and I'll catch you guys in just a few. Now that was a super quick, maybe 15 or 20 second preview that explained to people that these are the books I'm showing and that how much they are going to kind of cost. So I gave people a little bit of information, and I'm just talking to people and explaining to them what they can expect, what time I'm going to be live, how long am I going to be on for, how much is my pricing, what types of books do I have, and what is my selling style? Do I do auctions, bundles, both? Buy it now? How does it work? So pick some of those bullet points and list them in your preview video to give people an idea of what they can expect if they pop into your show. Now that we have our thumbnail and video recorded, let's go on in here to our settings and we are going to edit that show that we have. So we are going to go down here to the media section. So let's click add thumbnail. We are going to click gallery and I'm going to select this item as my thumbnail. So I'll just kind of narrow it down, make it kind of pretty looking here, and go ahead and crop that out. And let's click schedule to see what that actually looks like. All right, and there is our preview photo. And then we can go back in. I like to do them separately, but you can do them together. Edit the show again and go to preview video, gallery, and then there is that preview video we have. And now we have our preview video, which means that if we go to our profile and click on that image now.
Hi everyone, this is the new inventory I have to show you tonight. I have an awesome selection of books for all ages.
So now that is recorded and someone can pop in and see exactly what you have available. Okay, moving on, we have our category. So categories are important because you want your show to show up in the category that best represents what you're selling, right? So you see there are some recently used here, books, storage units. Those are things that I do typically sell in. So we are gonna click books because we are scheduling a book show. And down here you see suggested tags. So let's say I like to do children's, mystery and thriller, and romance, because those are a lot of the types of books that I sell. So now I have children's, mystery and thriller, and romance books as tags on my show. And I'll show you where those tags pop up in just a minute. All right, so let's move on to the topic that I feel like is daunting to a lot of people. I hear shipping is the main thing that's holding a lot of people back from understanding how it works, and they're just unfamiliar. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna break it down for you very, very simple. If you are selling media and are listed in a media category, such as books, VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays, vinyl, whatever it might be that is media qualified, you will receive media mail shipping rates and a media mail label when you print out. The only exception is if you sell something that is not media related in your show, it will default to a ground advantage or priority mail label. So let's go through the options when you click on shipping. So first off, we have free pickup, which is amazing. You can put in your pickup address and your pickup instructions, and anyone local to you can come and pick up and avoid paying shipping on your shows. I haven't made a sale on local pickup yet, but I think it's a great option that Whatnot added. So moving on to our actual shipping page. So this is what it looks like on mobile. It's just, look, it's one scroll. First up, you have your first class mail letter. I do not ever use those, so that is never something I'm going to toggle on. And then you have it broken up. You have domestic shipments from 1 to 5 pounds, and you have domestic shipments over 5 pounds. So I like to do a priority mail option for 1 to 5 pounds because I do not use flat rate boxes. Now, if you would like to learn more about flat rate boxes, if you see here, there is that blue highlighted words, learn. Click on that. It's going to take you to a Whatnot help page, and the Whatnot help pages are immensely helpful. But I keep my button on priority, and then for domestic shipments over 5 pounds, I actually would prefer that it goes ground advantage. And so that is it. That's how simple it is, guys. You are literally just determining, do you prefer priority or ground advantage on packages over 5 pounds? And then do you want to potentially utilize flat rate packaging? That's really it. So that is our shipping settings. And then we have our shipping cost button. And that is going to be very straightforward as well. Either the seller can pay all of the costs, the buyer can pay a set shipping cost, or the buyer pays all shipping costs on all purchases. I will always have mine toggled onto buyer pays all shipping costs because I do not want to come out of pocket or have any surprise expenses at the end of my show that cut into my profits. So buyer pays all shipping costs for me. All right, last bit here on setting up the show. We have a few things here. We have our content settings. So sensitive content is going to put an illicit content banner on your show so that when people are going to your show, it will say, hey, this show is marked as may contain, illicit content. Please be advised. You also have an option for muting words. So if we click on the mute words toggle button, it says add words that you would like to ban from your chat. I do not, as you can see, have any banned words. And then the other option is your private show. So this is going to be really good for those of you that are scheduling your very first show. I think that if you are scheduling your first show, you should make this a private show. Go ahead, click private, click schedule, and at any time you can go live as if you you were live, except no one will be in your show. There's no pressure. No one can pop in. No one can find you. It'll be just you. You can press buttons. You can pin stuff up just as like you're running an auction. I highly recommend doing a private show. We're not going to do a private show. We are going to just go ahead and click schedule, and boom, look at that. Our first show is scheduled. So now you're going to see kind of the homepage of a scheduled show. So there are buttons here, as you can see on the right-hand side, all across the top and at the bottom. And what I recommend for you to do, like I said, with the private show is go ahead and start pressing those buttons. Maybe all of them except for start show, and just see what they do. So let's just toggle into a couple of these pages really quick. So one of my favorites is in the bottom right-hand corner, that little store icon with the yellow circle around it. This is our store. This is your area where you are going to have all of your items available for sale listed. So it says no inventory, tap here to create new products. So it tells you right there at the bottom, that's how you can create a product. And we're going to get into product listing in just a second. I just want to go through this screen. So your auction tab is going to be all of the items that you'll have listed that you want to run as an auction. Your buy it now tab is going to be all of the items that you have listed that people can buy anytime during the time that you're live. Then you have your giveaway tab. So you want to put some giveaways in there and set that up so that you can, engage your audience, gain new followers, make your show fun, and maybe even reward buyers who have made a purchase in your show with a buyer's appreciation giveaway. Then you have your offers tab. So if somebody sends you an offer, especially during a live, you can pop into this offer tab, review the offer, and accept or decline it. And then of course you have your sold tab. So during a show, you can pop in and see who bought what. If you maybe missed something or a giveaway draw and you missed who won the giveaway or something happens, you can always toggle over to that sold tab and see everything that's happened in your show. And so that is kind of what you're looking at with that initial page. We also have our share button, so you can share your show. You have your promote button, which I'm not going to super get into. Again, I don't promote. I don't necessarily even recommend promoting at this point in time on Whatnot. I think organic growth is really the way to go when you're getting started. I've only promoted a show once in my entire career, but there is your promote button, and then you have your more button where you can do things like manage your tip settings. You can create a poll to engage your audience as they pop in. You can promote your show. You can cancel your show. You can also edit your show, which is really the most important button I think on this screen outside of your store is that more button. Edit show and pop in, and you can make any adjustments to the show. So that is kind of what it looks like after you've scheduled your first show. All right, so great job. You've scheduled your first show. Let's go ahead and click this back button and click on our profile down here in the bottom right. And now you'll see that show that we scheduled, and then look at those tags. You see children's, mystery, and then obviously it's cut off, but those tags are still prevalent. So that's giving some information there. Alrighty, so we've scheduled a show. Now, before we create a listing, I need to show you a really underutilized thing that I think a lot of people miss out on before they go live, which is shipping profiles. So let's pop into our profile here. So if you click up here in the top right corner, those two little dashes, it's going to pull up the menu. And there's a lot of things here, but what we're going to do is scroll down and we are going to click on shipping. What we want to do is go down here where it says shipping profiles. You have 16 saved shipping profiles. If you see that, let's go ahead and click on that. These are profiles that I've made. And you're saying, what is a shipping profile? The use of a shipping profile is during a show when you are making a listing or when you are making listings outside of a show, you need to set the weight, right? So Whatnot will give you some preset shipping profiles. Those are very broad profiles and they're very specific. So what if you have a package that only weighs 4 pounds, but you don't have a profile for it? Or what if you have a big package that's going to weigh 27 pounds and you don't have a 27-pound profile, right? So this is how you get those profiles. So as you can see, I've gone in and made a few profiles that are not automatically given to us on Whatnot. So I know that I don't have a profile for 30 pounds. So let's just for fun go in and make a profile. So for the name of the profile, I'm going to title it 30-pound bundle because that's what it would probably be. So I'm going to put in the weight 30 and we're going to do pounds. And then we're going to go down. I'm not going to toggle over any of those because they aren't relevant to what I'm doing. I am creating a listing for a shipping profile that if I ever want to list something that is going to weigh 30 pounds, right? Maybe it's a book set and it's a 30-pound book set. I now will have it. So let's go ahead and save it. Heads up, your max bundle size is currently blah pounds. Since your bundle has multiple items, blah, 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 we're going to save anyways because I know what I'm doing. I am not shipping priority mail mostly. I am shipping media mail. So weight does not matter up to 70 pounds. It doesn't really matter how big the box is because it's media mail, right? So that has set us up perfectly to go ahead and create a listing. So let's get into the creating a listing. I'm gonna walk through it fairly quickly. So I'm gonna toggle over here to shows. I'm gonna go to that show that we had just created, and I'm gonna go to that option where I told you we saw earlier in the store down there in the bottom right, that little store icon, and you have your yellow plus sign, create a product, okay? So this is your product page. Quick add, create a product, import from inventory. But what we are going to do is create a product. Now, a quick add means you can do a quick add. You don't have to put in a photo of the listing. Create a product is you are putting in the same details, but you have to add a photo. So I always like to create a product because I want people to see what I'm selling. And then this is your listing page. So let's utilize an example here. So let's say I am selling this little board book. What I would go ahead and do is add in some photos. So let's go ahead and open up the screen. Obviously, this is not a great background, but I'm just showing you how it goes if you were doing this on the fly. So I will take a picture of the front, maybe the side and the pages. Let's take a picture of the back and a couple of the pages on the inside. Enough to get the pictures in there and click complete. And look, now you have your photos in there, super simple. And let's go ahead and pick the option of the category it is. So it is new and used books. And then we have our asterisks here. So if you see an asterisk, you need to fill out that section. And let's go ahead and put in our title. So be specific, explain what the book is, and just put in a title that is accurate. Now in the description, I like to keep it super short and sweet. I'm gonna say it is a board book, sensory, and good used condition, okay? I do not ever fill out any of these item specifics. It is not relevant to what I typically do. People do not need all of those item specifics, so I do not ever fill out any of those item specifics you see there. If you feel like you would like to, feel free. It is just a lot of time to do, and it to me is unnecessary. So we only have one of these books available, so that is our quantity. Now onto the pricing section. So it can be an auction, it can be a buy it now, or it can be a giveaway. So I want to put this item in my buy it now. I want someone to be able to pop into my show and buy this anytime. So I'm going to click buy it now and put in a price of $3 for this book. I will accept offers at 30% off, and then reserve for live. Turn this on to make this product only purchasable in a show. So if you do not want this item to be available to be purchased outside of your live, then you want to toggle that on. I actually want it to be available in my marketplace. So when I list, I usually toggle that off and then go to our shipping. So here are those shipping profiles I was telling you guys about, right? You see up here, we have our 30-pound bundle right there that we just created. So for this book, it is not too heavy. This book is close to the 4 to 7 ounce range. So we're gonna put 4 to 7 ounces, and it is not hazardous, and we are going to click publish. So now we can click on the buy it now, and look at that. We have our very first listing. So someone can come into the show, pop into the buy it now, purchase that book during your live, and make a sale without you even having to actually show the book, because it's just a listing that's in your buy it now. So that listing format that I just showed you applies to whether you list the item as a buy it now or as an auction item. I just wanted to show you what a general listing looks like. You're going to just repeat that process, right? Now let's schedule a giveaway. Let me show you what that looks like. So if we click the add button again and we do a create a product, I'm going to create a giveaway. And now this is my little tip for when I don't know what I'm going to do as a giveaway. I will just put my phone flat down on a surface and take a black picture, because I don't know what the giveaway is going to be, and I'm going to explain that when I write my description. So I am going to put it in as new and used books, because a lot of times that's what my giveaways are, and I'm going to put it in as just a giveaway. This is a giveaway. It doesn't have to be super detailed. And then I like to just say host's choice. See that in the description? Again, not filling out any of those additional details. And then let's say we want to do 3 giveaways in this show, and we go back down to that pricing. Buy it now, auction, giveaway. Toggle on over to the giveaway tab. and it's going to pop open your giveaway options. So you have the option to select followers only. Only people who follow your profile can enter the giveaway. Everyone, they don't have to follow you. They can just enter the giveaway and have a chance to win. And buyer's appreciation. So this is for people who have made a purchase in your show after the buyer appreciation giveaway was created. So if you create your buyer giveaway at the beginning of your show, you do your show, anyone who's made a purchase that show is eligible to enter. If you do your show and then go, oh, I forgot to put in a buyer's giveaway, and then you put your buyer's giveaway in, no one who's made a purchase before that giveaway was put in will be able to enter the giveaway. Only any purchases made after the giveaway is created will they be able to enter. So make sure you're getting those giveaways put in at the beginning of the show. So we're going to do followers only. I want followers. I want people to have to follow me. I don't want it to just give away free giveaways. So I don't ever choose the everyone option. I always choose followers. And then I am never going to do international shipping. That is just me. You are more than welcome to be very generous and offer international shipping. If you toggle that button over, people from other countries that have access to Whatnot will be able to enter your giveaway for a chance to win, and you will pay what the international shipping cost is to send them that giveaway. So even if someone in Canada won, that shipping sometimes costs as little as $18. So think about that when you do giveaways, whether or not you want to offer international. Then coming down here to those shipping profiles again on giveaways, I always choose 0 to 1 ounce. It doesn't matter what the shipping cost is for the giveaway. It will adjust when you ship out the item. If the cost is more, it will adjust. If it is roughly that weight, then it'll be fine. Most of my giveaways range into the ounceage because it is a small book or bookmarks and stickers. So oftentimes my giveaways actually weigh 0 to 1 ounces or maybe 1 to 7 ounces or so. So then we will click publish, and same thing. We will see it populate when we go over to that giveaway tab. Look at that. There are your giveaways ready for you to run. All right, let's talk about one last thing that is my big tip that I always like to tell people and remind people is adding things to your auction to pin up to the bottom of your show. So if you see here at the bottom of the show, there's nothing pinned there, right? There's not telling me anything about what's happening in the show. So although I'm not live, when I go live, I want people who are popping in to be able to know exactly what's happening at any given time. So I like to add products to my auction that are not actually items that I'm going to auction. And I will do the same thing. I will take the black photo and click complete, and I will go onto a top category. It doesn't even matter because I'm never gonna run this. I am just using it as information. And this is my favorite one to do. Welcome. Shelves are pictured in auction tab. See by it now, exclamation point, and in the description I'll say most books range from $2 to $4. Make any request. Now this is short and sweet, but it's giving a lot of information. Same thing, I have one available. It's going to be in the auction tab this time. My starting price will be $1, even though I'm never going to run it as an auction. Then we are going to make this shipping profile again, 0 to 1, publish. And now let me show you what we can do with this item that we just created that's now in our auction tab. I can use this little thumbtack button and pin it. See how it pops yellow? And if I go back, now look at the bottom. It says, welcome, shelves are pictured in auction tab. See, buy it now. Books range from $2 to $4, make any requests, right? So now when someone pops into my show, they kind of can see what's happening, right? So I'm giving people information without having to actually give them the information. So I have these listed for so many different things. Definitely make sure you're utilizing things that you can pin up, put it in your auction tab. You don't ever have to run it. If someone pre-bids on it, it doesn't matter because you're never going to run that item. It is just for you to help guide your buyers in the process. So I have one that says welcome. I have one that talks about when we're showing new inventory and how to claim the books as we're showing the inventory. I have one where I'm cashing people out and I tell people, hey, give me a few minutes. I'm cashing some people out. We'll be back shortly. Those are really important, and I think you should definitely utilize those. Last but absolutely not least is show notes. So up here on the top left, you see that show notes option. So if you click on that, this is going to be time for you to put in some notes. So you can say, hello, my name is Amanda. I sell books for all ages. I make bundles. Let me know if you have any questions. You know what I mean? So you're just typing out something that's of interest for somebody. You can post that up, and now when someone goes to your show notes, that's what they can see. You're giving people what they need to know to trust you as a buyer, to start buying from you, to feel confident that you're providing good quality product, good service, and that you kind of know what you're doing. You're not fumbling around. You kind of have things set up, right? If anyone's interested in a more in-depth video on these topics, go ahead and pop it in the comments below. I'm always reading your comments and I'm writing your suggestions down. I have a list of videos to make and I'm just trying to get through them one at a time. I hope that this was helpful for you. I think that I did a good job at going into depth on some of the things, but if I missed anything or glazed over something and you have a question, drop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer it. Also, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, same screen name, Resell Maven on Instagram. I'm really responsive there, so if you ever have any questions, I can definitely respond to you via direct messenger on Instagram. Sometimes just the work of learning how to set up a show and create your listings is daunting enough to prevent people from scheduling their first live, but I hope I was able to show you that it's really not that scary of a process. It's actually fairly straightforward, and once you've done it once or twice, it becomes second nature and you just kind of do it really rapidly. So now that you have your show set up, the only thing you need to do is click that start show button and go live. Say hello to the people as they pop in, point them in the direction of where the items are that you're selling, and you are going to be set up for success. All right, everyone, that is a wrap on scheduling shows and creating listings, as well as things like setting up profiles for shipping and creating giveaways for your show. I hope that you learned something. If you have any more specific questions or comments, please drop those below in the comment section, and make sure that you are liking this video if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys next week with another super informative video, and until then, have a great week. Bye.